switch it up for you.
I swear, I thought she was going to say it.
I was, but I was like, nah, I'm going to change it. I'll switch it up. We're going to have a wonderful time today because it's Monday. We all got some little sippies today.
A little extra.
You can cheers with water.
And you can cheers with the water.
Cheers. Hey guys, this is Dee Dominguez. We're going to have an amazing episode today. You forgot to say, this is Parlor Talk, the conversation behind the hair.
Oh, I let you have it since you had your hair.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it. And what's popping, y'all? I am Shhmoney. I am happy to be back. I was on vacation this
I know,
week.
you left us.
I sure did. I had a great mommy and son vacation. I think it was well needed. I've never done it ever in my life. We always had my mom or my brother. So we turned up Vegas, and not the way everybody else thinks Vegas is. I'm not a gambler, nor do I really like to drink. I'm more of a smoker. And it was so much stuff to do in freaking Vegas that y'all have to go see my stories to really see everything. And I've been putting it like day by day on what we've done. I haven't posted on Instagram yet.
Okay.
I've been posting on Facebook to keep the whole momentum going. People think I'm still in Vegas right now, which is a good feeling. Like you're like, oh my God, go try this. I'm like, yo, bet. Put that in my like little side thing. But no, I was turning up.
Guys, I would like to introduce our guest today. Our guest is somebody that I have known for over a year now.
Yeah.
And have grown super close with.
Yes.
I would like to introduce none of the other, the bestseller author, Lee Clark. Welcome.
Yes,
Hi.
welcome.
Ooh, thank you for having me.
Tell everybody who you are, a little bit about yourself.
Oh, I love doing that. Like, it's like so humble. My name is Lee Clark. I am an author, a motivational speaker, and I also run a kindness charity called Kindly, ironically, because my name is Lee and I'm an adverb. So it works.
There we go.
It works out exceptionally. And I'm excited to be here. Dee is actually going to be in my new book. Hey, Slaying Southwest Florida. Small plug.
Small plug. Big plug.
Big plug.
Slaying in Southwest Florida. It is a book that it consists of 20 amazing women here in Southwest Florida who are from all different walks of life.
Yep.
But we all come together to support our community. So we each do a chapter, and it's sort of like an introduction to ourselves and what we do here in Southwest Florida. And Lee came up with the idea, and she reached out to all the ladies, and she's making this all happen. And it's not just Southwest Florida. She's doing Tampa, and she's doing Atlanta.
So that's awesome.
And Nashville after that. So, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
And slaying is leaving your mark.
Yep.
So it's all about,
yes,
doing that.
Love it. So how'd you pick these women? Do you know them individually? You got to know them through networking?
In Southwest Florida, I knew most of the women. I've been in the community about 13 years. I've done charity work here for a long time. So I know the baddies. I know the baddest bitches in town.
That's what I'm talking about.
Then when I went to Tampa, it was like I used Instagram and hashtags and just really like sought out like women that were just exceptional. And it was not based on like followers. It was just based on like, girl, I see you and I want to get to know you. So each chapter in each book is about how this person has been the hero of their own story, how they're leaving their own mark, what they do to give back. And giving back doesn't mean necessarily charity work. It could be supporting other women. It could be just, being influential in their children's lives. So it's been an incredible journey. It's really interesting now that I'm in cities where I don't know these women to see the energy that I'm attracting and like really clean, awesome women that are not catty or mean or like anything. So it's a cool project.
Oh, I can't wait to read it. I'm excited.
It's refreshing. Listen, writing this chapter, you would think, oh yeah, it's a chapter, no big deal. I've struggled because it's like, I want to make sure that I represent everything that I am. So putting that in one chapter is hard.
In 1,500 words.
I know. It's like,
girl, bye.
I'm like, no, delete that. So but I'm getting there. We have a deadline.
And a fun story. So I come up with this concept, right? And I sign all these women, and it starts with a brunch, and that's where we meet and we like get to know each other. We become a cohesive group. We start to really understand who's who and what they're about. And like the Tuesday before Southwest Florida brunch, homegirl gets slain and punched in the face. So,
and not a lot of people knew that and knows that about you, except how recently you've been coming out, like for the last 2 years, you said, or something, or a year.
No, yeah, so I had a choice to make. I called my agent, my mommy, and she's like, "Don't worry, we get a filter. We postpone. We figured it out." And I was like, "How can I ask these women to show up authentically and vulnerably,
if you're not,
and then be
yourself.
fake, right? Or postpone, or like do good contouring, or whatever the hell." So I was like, no. And so one of the reasons I went public, aside from I didn't want to go back to this person, so I wanted to make sure I like drew a line in the sand, like I'm not going back. But also after that brunch, I was like, you know what? I'm going to put it on the floor. Like I'm going to just put it out there, because good people have bad things happen to them.
Yes.
And I don't want to just show up all shiny on the internet and like with my cute filters and looking like Barbie. I want to say, here I am. Look what happened. And it's not the weakest women in the room. It's
and people don't realize that.
No.
For the viewers that don't know what happened, can you give them like a little brief summary of what happened?
Yeah, so I'm going through a divorce. I'm not going to elaborate on that, but I started dating someone, and I thought it was great and it was awesome. And then on June 6th of 2023, he broke my nose in 6 places. Fun times. It was really unexpected. And, to be honest, the 2 days that followed, I was like putting him up in an Airbnb and like covering for him. And then he got arrested. Thank God. I didn't have the strength to press charges. I was afraid of retaliation. But the state did on my behalf. So he got a felony battery charge for permanently disfiguring my face. I had to have surgery about 2 days after the brunch, because he Owen Wilsoned me so bad
That's horrible. And
Cold.
You said this was surprising, so it's never been done before. You didn't see signs of any aggressiveness with him?
I saw a lot of very, very crazy jealousy, which I mean, obviously, like, why would you be so afraid to lose me, period?
It's like a very fine line of being jealous and sexy to jealous and like that you movie on Netflix.
So a guy be like, I don't want nobody else looking at you. Like
that's cute.
That's cute.
Yeah, but then you go out and like, why the hell you staring at him?
It is cute. It's like, oh, you want me for yourself. But it's different if you go out in public and he's like, here, come here. I don't want to, like, that's.
Yeah.
Or like, what were you doing when you took out the trash? Bro, it was 90 seconds. Like, what?
I was about to say, and usually a lot of those, because we call them narcissists, that's exactly what they are. They won't physically do it in front of people like that. Like my ex-fiance was that. He would literally, will go out, hang out. Ivan Suarez is somebody that's my mentor. It's like a big brother to me. Well-known, very handsome gentleman, not my type at all. Like, at all. But he's very handsome.
He's
Rico
too
Suave.
Rico Suave for you.
Rico Suave. He get manicures and shit. Like, I like somebody that's under the car 24/7. But he saw that relationship, and my ex-fiance was very uppity around people, always praising me. I got the baddest one in the game, da-da-da. The moment we left and we got into that car, we hadn't even left yet. Why the hell you staring at him like that? You got fuck eyes? That's what you want?
That part.
Y'all probably have something back in the day, because ain't no way he gonna put a woman on like you without no benefits behind. I've heard, and I looked at him, and I would legit just sit there in quietness and then start questioning myself. Like, am I really looking at them crazy? Do I have sex eyes? I know I'm a Scorpio, I'm flirtatious, but in a relationship, I'm another Shhmoney at the end of the day. And it got to the point that for years, it didn't never become that altercation physical in that relationship. But
there's also mental abuse.
Mental was worse.
Mental's worse.
Took me now, it's been almost 3.5, 4 years. I still can't physically stare at somebody in their eyes 24/7. And I grew up in the hood.
Giving me the eyes.
Like, you don't stare at people in the eyes, I'm giving the fuck eyes now. If you don't stare at somebody in the eyes when you're talking, you got something fishy going on. Like, you're just a little flawless into you.
Stop staring.
So that caught me off guard. So to see like physical or emotional, mental, like that comes in all shapes, ways, and forms.
Yeah.
I will say of my ex-husband, he ignored me for 13 years, and I almost would have rather been punched in the face than like totally discarded.
Well, we won't say that because
no, I don't mean that, but you know what I mean.
Literally, but I know what you're saying.
I know what
it's
she's
like,
saying.
I'm saying the mental is worse.
Sometimes, because the bruises will go away,
but mental is never.
Mental, you will never.
Yeah,
so I understand. What you're
no,
saying.
what I'm saying is it's easier to comprehend the physical than it is the emotional. And it's like they say it's like a lobster boiling in a pot, right? At first it's in cold water and they start telling you about their trauma and you start telling them about yours and you're like, we're just, we're disarming each other. And the heat goes up and the heat goes up and the heat goes up. And with the mental, you don't even realize that you're being like literally slowly brainwashed to think that you're nothing. And that really psychologically is way harder to understand because physical, you can see like that's not right. That's fucked up, you know? But the mental is like, is it me? Am I crazy?
Start questioning.
Yes. So was it the whole 13 years that you guys was married, or
so it's two
different.
She was married and going through a divorce, and this is somebody that she started dating.
Yeah.
How long were you dating?
I mean, off and on for about a year-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was he younger than you, older than you? Younger.
Let's not say how young.
Okay, we got a cougar on our hands. Stella got her groove back. I did.
Sorry about that.
That is
I'm not too big on movies, but I watched Stella got a groove back.
That's what I was hoping for, some Tay Digg stuff. But then, Tay dug too far.
Do you think his age had a lot to do with this, or
no? Because I met shitty men who were older too.
That's true. Mm-hmm. But I feel like a certain extent too, like psychological. Oh my god,
psychologically.
Not even I want to say psychics. Oh my god, I can't say like therapists. I guess you could say because they say that men mentally grow very slower than us. So say he's 34, but he still has a mental of like a 26-year-old, 25-year-old. So when you're dating in that atmosphere, like, do you feel like that could have been
yes. So when I think of all the reasons I blame myself, because that's what we do, right?
Yeah.
I think to myself, like, I was a lot. I was way a lot. And
also, let's also mention, you're not only a writer, but you're also an artist. You do paintings and you create
and
art.
I work for a tech company, so
works for a tech company. So.
Can I ask you a question? What was his upbringing like?
Yeah, so we were not from the same kind of like upbringings. So maybe I'm Captain Save-A-Ho. Like, I just really...
I've been a Captain Save-A-Ho a couple times. That's all right.
I hate to say it, but there I said it. I wanted to give him everything, Like, I am kindly. That's what I do. I'm generosity of spirit. I saw somebody beautiful and loving, and he was so sweet to me, and he just was really like into me. And I had been in a place where I'd been neglected a long time. So that like puppy love was so like that high school. I never had that in high school. Are you kidding me? Like I never.
So you found that spark and that spice.
Yeah, it was really nice. Like it was nice to be seen and valued. But I was also like, the scale was so off that I knew it was going to be a lot for him to hang on to me and not feel insecure,
Now to bounce back on her question, do you feel like being from two different levels and two different upbringings, do you think that made
Yeah,
something?
I mean, because I know, and I don't want to speak too much on him, but I know, he's seen this stuff. He grew up with this. It's a learned behavior. It's a learned behavior. It was not out of pocket for him to see somebody rough up their woman. Like for me, I was like, what?
So was it, because as we're sitting here and we're speaking about it, like, it was dead ass wrong what he did.
Right.
Dead ass wrong.
There's never an excuse for it.
However, we also have to get into the mental of a man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did something happen that triggered him?
Oh, no.
That's where he's seen in his household, and that's where it stems from, is something that was in his household that played a part in it?
I think he's seen it before, but as of like what triggered that day, right? Like tripping. Because the thing was, I had dated a guy before him, and when it came to sending his stuff back, this gentleman, we boxed the stuff up together, and I said, how do you want to send it back? Do you want me to take it with you? Do you want me to burn it? Like, what do you want me to do? And so we decided on an Uber, like, driver to take it for me. He helped me pack the trunk. The morning of the incident, because this guy had my Face ID, he had all my passwords, he had all the security cameras.
So he was already building up to this. So
yeah,
it doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah, so we checked the Uber app, and he saw my ex's address, because I don't take Ubers, I have a car. And he was there when we sent the package. And he bugged on that. Like, so it was really like I don't, it was irrational as hell. Like, it wasn't like, oh, he caught me talking to some guy, and like, and not that that's right either.
No,
like,
it's not right either.
No.
Yeah.
But my accountability for that day, the incident, and like what transpired, and I'm glad to talk about it because I'm sure people are like, what happened? You guys have a
because people are always going to question that, like, what did you do?
Yeah.
And it sucks that when somebody's actually coming out with their story and being that vulnerable and transparent, that's the first thing we think about. Well, what did you do for that to occur? What to happen?
I have a question. Why do, and this is for girls a lot, why do they feel the need to know about the past? Because I feel like that's what triggers.
I was just about to say that. I've learned through relationships, there is like what my mom said, they don't need to know everything.
Yeah.
And when you're telling the enemy, in other words, you never know who can turn into an enemy. You're telling the enemy the vulnerability, what you've been through, what hurt you. Right. They're using that now to switch up on you. And a lot of narcissists will feed off your past and what's traumatized you. So honestly, with my new one, very limited. I didn't work out with them. It just didn't work out. We saw two different together. We didn't see it.
But to answer your question, the stuff was at my house. So
But I think from your standpoint, what maybe triggered him, you should have just took and just
Choked through it.
Like, not even tell him.
Don't even say anything. Because I think that's what built up in his head. It's like, this bitch, she knows where he lives at. He packing his stuff up, and then you give him that.
It's almost
The
lead
opportunity.
way.
Like, oh, you care about him to pack his stuff up?
nah, he saw his stuff and packed it up.
No. I'm talking about the other guy. Like he's thinking from his standpoint. Like, you care about this guy, and you care to take his stuff back. Fuck you. I'm thinking for him.
Yeah.
Weird mind.
But even in that weird mind, you still don't punch a bitch in the
No,
face. I just want to clarify that.
Make that very clear.
There's no reason to do it, but there's
no
a
reason.
certain
There's no
extent
reason
of what you
at
tell.
all. But it's
people.
interesting because we do talk a lot about mental health, and we talk about and we want to learn from every situation. I know you've learned a lot from this situation.
I've come out so much better. Like I mean, it really broke my face and broke my heart and built a like strong woman. Like I keep saying I'm a fighter now, not with my hands, but with my heart. And if I see somebody negative, literally, I was in a train station in New York and I was sitting on my suitcase because I couldn't breathe because I had pneumonia. And some guy is like looking at me and I'm like, turn around. Fucking, don't point that thing at me. I got the Care Bear stare, bro. Nah, I can't.
And you recently also went to Paris.
Yeah, that was a trip for our birthdays. And I went alone.
So you already had a plan?
We had it planned. It was originally supposed to happen in April. We ended up not going. There was a passport issue. We went to Puerto Rico instead. Rough life. And yeah, seriously. So I took the trip alone. Yeah.
How was that?
How was that?
Fucking terrible.
Really? Why?
Well, the apartment was beautiful. I just cried the whole time.
Oh, I think it's good to take those alone trips because you do really sit down and you have to go through. Yeah.
Immediately right after.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did a trip like that to DR though, and I had that breakdown for like a good 3 hours. I mean, boo-boo, snot, crying, but then afterwards it was more empowering that you can do these steps without somebody. Like I can make this happen. I can eat this good food. I can enjoy my presence. Long term, that starts giving you. I can sit down and eat dinner by myself.
Yes,
and I mean, people are like, "Hey, you want to?" No, I'm here. I want to hear. I probably am. I'm raised around
I can
too
also
many
go
camachos.
to the movies by myself.
Same.
I do everything by
problem.
myself.
I can go to the movies by myself. I can go to a restaurant. I love my company.
Me too.
Me too.
But it took me time to be that way. Because when you are with people for so long, you want that. And you want these little memories like, damn, I was supposed to be here with this person.
Yes.
And then it hits you in the spot, but then it's that mental thing again, clicking. But let me talk about something positive. Like, damn, today's a beautiful day. This coffee's good.
Yeah.
And you automatically switch from that negative to that positive. And you have to be.
And I will say, I took my hair out. I had no makeup on. I went on the internet like that. I was a makeup artist. I got a wig on right now. No way, no how did I give a fuck anymore. Because I was like, this is me. This is what you get. I love her. I will protect her above everything else. And that built me.
And I think everything happens for a reason, even though we don't want to say that. But this just built another version of you. Because you built off of another platform and your looks. Like you just said, you're a makeup artist, you're this, you're that. So now people are seeing that transparent. So God knows what kind of good-ass book's going to come out of this shit, right?
She also painted her whole house pink.
I did.
She really trying to live this Barbie life now.
I've been living it, but like, no. And also, like, I actually had it painted while I was gone.
I saw that.
Yeah. And I came home to the Barbie dream house, and I get, like, literally zero fucks given. Like,
have you went and saw this Barbie movie?
No, I'm going Wednesday night.
Have anybody else seen it? Have you? What do you think of it? Because I've been seeing so much mixed stuff. Everybody on my Facebook have said that they've left early with their kids.
Feelings. Oh, well, it's not a movie for kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. But it's
not a movie for kids.
Barbie is kids, so
I have mixed feelings about it, and I think I talked about it last episode. So I am women empowerment all the way, right? I am supporting women. I am women, liberation. Shit, if it wasn't for women, this country wouldn't be running, period. Right?
Yeah.
However, in the movie, Ken was put in a position where he was emasculated.
See, that's what I've heard, that they were downing men, acting like women is what it is, like we're God, and then we need each other.
We are. I feel like, we are essential.
Yeah,
right?
I think we're very essential, but we're nothing without men either.
Exactly.
Just like men are nothing without us.
Exactly. And I feel like there's some kind of agenda where it all comes back to the family unit. Now, the family unit can look any way. It can be 2 men, 2 women, men, women, a grandparent, any way. I just feel like they're pushing the agenda for women to just be like, I can do everything by myself. Yeah, we can do it by ourselves, but why the fuck would you want to do everything by yourself?
I feel like they've been pushing it more with this generation.
Yes.
It's very isolated. It's kind of taking the women out of their regular woman era, and men are becoming more feminine. And I think it's a brainwash to a T.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And it's not cute to me anymore. I won't even take my son to see
I like
half of
my
these kid
manly
movies.
man. I'm sorry. And last episode I said I like old school, and Icey asked me what's old school. To me, old school is my husband is the head of the household.
That's me. And I'm definitely
we make decisions together. He values my opinion, but at the end of the day, he's going to have the last word.
And I feel like people with this music, because you have a lot of girl musicians right now coming out popping. And all their music is, I don't need this and this
exactly.
And then they're embarrassing their men too. Like, I don't care if my man is wrong and he is telling a story and I know he's telling, I'm going to allow him to be in his masculine 100%. Era. Now we get in the car, I'm like, home, you tripping.
Behind
like
doors.
You are doing behind closed doors. And this new generation has really dissolved the image of how to be a woman, to be a real submitted woman. And it's not even being submitted to your husband, but just to the generation to be respectful. A lot of us
grew up without men.
I don't think that's a reason either, because
our moms being boss ass bitches, so then we became the boss ass
I've been through that.
Yeah, but
exactly, by being on that stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't think that's it either, because I was raised in a partial. My dad's been gone.
I
for
was
years.
raised in a single parent household, but I always knew
never done that.
I always knew that I wanted my kids to have a mother and a father together.
And a man to show them.
Yes, I cannot teach my sons how to be man because I'm a woman.
That part.
Yeah. And my mom used to say, your father comes first, right?
Yeah.
And I'm a boss bitch, but I'm still making the steak. I'm still Donna Reed. I'm still getting it ready at the end of the day. And I don't care what you bring in, because I need that male energy. I need that masculinity. Yeah. That's what balances me.
Yes.
Comment on the Barbie movie, though. Behind the scenes, it was based on Adam and Eve, that God made Eve first and then created Adam. So that was part of the agenda behind the movie, was there was an absolute religious undertone of an Adam and Eve thing.
Again, they're doing stuff to brainwash because there shouldn't be any type of religion put in these things and pushed onto people, just like everybody's beliefs are getting pushed onto other people. Yeah, but people are... It's because they're allowing it to be. Nobody is standing up and saying nothing because people are scared to hurt somebody else's feelings.
This is my thing. I am a Christian. God is my savior. Jesus Christ. I believe that that Jesus died for my sins and resurrected the third day for my sins. That's what I cold-heartedly believe in. However, I have family members that are gay. I have friends that are gay. I love them. I accept them.
Ditto. I do too. But I'm not going to sit there and push on people.
But I don't agree with the fact that you're telling me that you are a mistake. Because God doesn't make mistakes. I respect you, and if you feel that way, that's how you feel. I respect you. But I feel differently, and we just need to agree to disagree or just accept each other how we are, and that's it.
Yeah, I feel like they're just pushing it too much on people, on everything.
Exactly.
In every atmosphere, it doesn't come with just the gays. It don't come with just the religion. It don't come with anything. It's just everything is just pushed down to the point you can't have an opinion. You have to be overly spoken to. People have to agree with you agreeing to.
Exactly.
And no, that's just not the way life is. We have to be okay to disagree to agree.
Yeah, and just accept people for who they are and respect their opinions.
And keep
that's
it
it.
moving.
Yes.
But also creatively, like everyone's going to have their vision, their version. Like if I do a piece of art, it's subjective. You might be like, that's the ugliest ass octopus I ever fucking saw. You know? So of course people are going to put their agendas into things. They're creating. And we're all creations, right? So we all have our opinions of what's right and wrong. And the worst thing we can do is impose our beliefs on other people.
Exactly.
Right. And I think we're all in agreement on that. But like, just like I believe that I should be some traditional ass housewife no matter what, and a boss bitch. That's my stance, right? Somebody else might say, you know what? Women run we run the world, like whatever that is. And what I'm learning in this new version of Barbie, my re-Barbie joke, it's like concrete, re-Barbie. No, but what I'm learning is no judgment, right?
Exactly.
If that's the agenda you want to push in a movie, I have a right to agree or disagree, but I don't get to impose my beliefs, nor do I have to accept your your judgment. And I think if you can shake your fear of judgment, you can find personal like freedom. Like you can really free your heart. Because I spent my whole life being like, what does she think? Is she mad at me? Was that okay? You know? And Oprah says everyone she interviews, be it Barack Obama or like, you know, somebody off the street, they all ask the same question. Was that enough? Was that good enough? You know?
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
I was raised very differently. Like I've never fit into crowds. I own my own style. I talk different. And even owning businesses, that's the one thing that I was very proud of, that I've never changed who Keisha was. Not the way I talk or anything. Now, there's certain things I just won't talk about, just out of respect, because I want it done on my end, and just it's business like adequacy or whatever you call it. But it's still about just being who you are and loving who you are. Because if you keep comparing yourself to other people, like you're gonna tarnish your whole life on that judgment.
Absolutely.
And more little girls need to understand that beauty comes in every which way of form.
Yeah. I think we're in a really body positive like phase of the world. And I think
the thing is that so with the whole Barbie, I think they're trying to portray that, yes, a woman can do anything. A woman can be a stay-at-home mom. She can be a CEO. Yes, a woman is capable of doing anything she puts her mind to. I just didn't like the way that they were like pushing Ken to the side to the point where he felt that he needed to be somebody that he wasn't in order to get her attention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Basically, he went out into the real world and he saw how the real world was, and then he came back and he's like, "Oh, in the real world, men rule." Where in Barbie world, Barbies rule.
And Ken sits in the back seat.
Yes. And then it was a competition. It should never be a competition. When you are with a partner, you're equal.
Yes.
It shouldn't be, oh, I'm here and you're here. Exactly. No, it should
it's
be
100,
equal.
100.
Exactly. Don't give me 50% of yourself. Give me 100% of yourself, and I'll give you 100% of myself.
Let me ask this question. Do women confuse it as being submissive as the second person?
Yes.
Because that's still even. Even if you're submissive, you're still even with that person.
With my husband, I can tell you that I am 100% comfortable being submissive to him.
Same.
But that doesn't mean that I'm less than.
It's a choice.
Listen, I've always said this. The man is the head of the household. The woman is the neck.
Yes.
Yes.
You can't move the head without the neck.
Period.
Correct.
Or
Period.
vice versa.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's a choice to be submissive.
Yes.
And that's what that part. It's not like, oh my God, I'm so afraid of you. It's like, no, I like being feminine. I like being soft. I like being the one to be the caretaker and the nurturer. That's a choice. I mean, I could flip on a dime if I need to.
But mine is different though, because I'm a Cancer sign. I'm naturally a nurturer to everybody and to anybody. But I think because I seen my mom do shit for so long, and then I had to step in to help, I became the head of the household, so to speak. So it's just like, we got into it this weekend because, with the shirt company that's coming into play, I'm working still a 9 to 5, but he's getting the hands-on training that we need to then bring it to us, to them. But then I feel less than.
I still think that's more of an inner you that you have to heal because you're unfortunately, even though you have all the right to think the way you do, it's still you're building off of a trauma from your past life. And you have to not drag that. And that's what I'm learning now with therapy. You cannot drag that into your new person because it doesn't mean he thinks you're less than or other than. He might be understanding of that. We are a team. I'm doing this, but you're feeling that he's doing more than you. So that's still a mental fuck. So
and that's
you
on
have to
you.
You have to get out that
and
mental.
A lot of people in relationships, they project onto others their own insecurities.
Yes. I do it sometimes, and I catch myself in doing it.
And I came back, I apologized, And
Did
I was
she
like,
apologize, Icey?
Did she
it was
apologize?
my own apology.
Oh, I didn't know y'all were. Yeah, okay. So she's talking about you in front of you. I got you. No, it's open. Of course.
Yeah.
Because I felt underneath, and I don't want to be underneath. I want to be next. I want to be in front so I know that I'm putting in the work because I pride myself. I've never needed anybody to help me. No matter what. If I don't have the money, I don't get the shit that I need or that I want. I get the shit that I need. So it fucks. Yes, it is a mental fuck because I feel like I'm here, but I know that I can be here. And it's kind of like, okay, I know that I need to put my pride aside. But how do you do that when you've always been the one to be there for yourself? You've never had anybody.
Okay. But if you find yourself in a relationship where he's creating that space to let you grow, let you be yourself, non-judgmental, you can't bring your own personal insecurities to ruin what he's giving you. You have to see what he's bringing to the table. He's not judging you. He's supporting you. He's giving you the opportunity to grow. You're your own worst enemy.
Yes.
You're doing that to yourself.
Yeah.
Because if it was the other way around, if you were telling me, he doesn't support me, he doesn't push me to be better, but I see him pushing you to be better. I see him having faith in you. I see him supporting you.
And he's honestly picking up that it's not slack, but at the end of the day, if he wasn't, now I would completely understand if you're doing a 9 to 5 and you're coming home and now you're having to pick up the other stuff at work. But if he's meeting that halfway, it's like he's doing a 9 to 5 on his own. So it's now you have to put your mental that like we're both doing our 9 to 5s, and then we're at home, we're doing that extra entrepreneur job. We're working together. Our minds are working. We're packaging. We're making deliveries. That is another job. So you really have to sit back and think about everything you have accomplished and not think about the negative.
Let me ask this question, since it's me to her, but you, Derek. How long have you been in the hair industry, and how long has he?
So we're on the same page with that. So I've been in the hair industry for 10 years, going on 11. Derek has only been in the hair industry for going on 4 years. So there's been things like that
you have way more experience.
I have way more experience. I own a business. I have my clients established. I don't have to post on Facebook no more and say I have an opening unless somebody last minute cancels on me, which it happens. And there was, and very, very open, transparent. I know people hate this. I hear from everybody around my circle right now saying I talk too much. I'm too open about certain things. But this is what helps because you're not alone. He has said it to me like, oh, well, this is my prime job. This is my income. If I'm not there, I'm not making money. If you're there, you're still making money because I have booth rentals. But I had to explain it to him like, it took me this many years to get where you're at. Like, you're at a good standpoint of where you're at. You need to appreciate where you're at for 4 years, going on 4 years. And now what I did was when I opened up my second business, I involved him. And little did he know, he helped me out because my husband, look at that, I'm speaking English.
All right, Derek.
He was the investor into my business. I own this. Yeah, I have clientele. I have this, I have that. I'm well known. He's only a barber right now in his head. But look what he did. He invested into my second business, 80-20. My 20 is to promote this business, work there, get the workers, train them, and make it run because he did his part. So there are days that we feel here, and there's days that I feel like I'm up here and he's not doing this, but we balance each other. Yeah. So it's really a reflection on who's pouring at the same time. Some days you're going to have it, some days you're not.
Into consideration, where you started took too long. You
look at him. He's
level up.
Exactly, in the time frame. So that's how we look at it. We're a team. I am nothing without Derek at this point. He's nothing without me at this point. It is, that's the way we built our relationship now. Yep. So yeah, there's days you are going to feel like that. There's some days that I feel like I'm not doing enough. And he sits back and don't worry about it, Keisha. I'm going to go to the plug today. I'm going to do this, and that. And it balances. So you're not the only one that thinks like that, but it's a mental thing. Don't take that out on your good relationship.
And if I can say, when you change the narrative to be like, he cannot do this without me. He cannot do this without my 9 to 5. I am literally holding down our next chapter. And you change that narrative in your head to not be, I'm doing this and he's getting to do all the fun, like building the business that I want to build. He cannot build that without you. So it's sometimes when I get into a state of mind where I feel that what we talked about earlier with the domestic violence, when I got upside down, I was like, I'm going to change the script. Like, I'm not going to be this girl who's Little Miss Domestic Violence. I'm going to turn this on its ass, and I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to be the strongest woman I've ever been because I don't want to feel weak. And I'm not going to choose that narrative for myself because it doesn't serve my highest good.
Well, and I think that's the way I feel. Is like I feel weak.
Yeah. And it's a bad feeling. It's a
you're
horrible
not,
feeling.
But you're not. You're holding it down.
You're holding it down.
When we started doing the podcast and I was talking about business and this, and I've been burnt so much that I'd rather do it myself. And you sat right here and said, Keisha, you are nothing without a team. You have a team now. So I'm going to tell you the same words back and forth. Like, you have a team now. You are not doing this alone. He is your team. We're your team. And you bring a lot to the table, even though you notice you don't see it yourself. Like, you are. The way you feel you should be here, you are here. Just because you're working still for somebody, give me goosebumps. Still because you're working for somebody don't mean shit. You're working 2 times harder than a regular entrepreneur right now. That's how I was when I first started this. And believe me, that's what brings the fire. Because once you get comfortable, like where I'm at right now, I'm questioning, having conversations separately. Like, yo, I feel like I'm too comfortable. Like, this is too normal. What I have to do, get out my comfort zone again. Push myself to another level. When I first started. Yes. And it was fire. It made me want to do it. It was, and I'm like, what?
But what's next?
Yeah. And you have to constantly, it's good to push yourself and want a different level for yourself every time, but you have to really sit back and think about what you bring and who you are as a person. You're valuable. Everybody's
and
valuable.
we love you.
Yeah. We love you.
I just met you and I love you.
Yes. And on that note, I think it is time.
Ooh, this is my favorite part of our podcast now. This is my favorite part.
I'm going to speak it into existence. I purchased these tonight. Let's talk because I know one day I'm going to meet Ace Metaphor.
There you go.
Yeah, but I can't go. I'm going to be in Africa.
Oh,
I tried.
That's a big
low key.
Low key.
Shameless plug.
All right. So this is Spicy Talk, where we're going to ask 3 questions, and we all going to answer thanks to
but you answer first.
Okay.
You answer first. All right,
Like,
so I'm
it's
gonna
like
pick
true.
random.
It's like,
I made it where we all answer.
I was trying.
Why do you change stuff? I haven't gone 1 week and I gotta learn new
hot
things
spot.
every time.
No, I feel like this is like truth or dare. Let's go.
It kind of is, it feels like.
Only there's no dares.
It's just like, all right,
just
so
true.
random, 3 random cards, and this is from the Tonight Let's Talk the card game, Ladies Nights edition.
Ladies' night.
And I'm
right.
feeling right.
Ooh, this is
Shit.
so relevant. Okay, who are you most attracted to, bad boys or good guys? Explain.
Intellectual guys, do I have to say it? Literally, it's been bad boys. It's switching. I want smart guys. That's what I want. I need somebody who's a little bit street. You know, I like an alpha
mixture.
male. You know, I'm down for the dom, but I will also say I'm done with bad boys. I just want smart boys.
Oh, they might fuck you over too.
Any of them will.
I am now with the good boys. I have all my past has been what I know, and I learned that what I liked was not working for me. And I'd rather have a man that likes to stay home, likes to cook Sunday dinners, and wants to do family time. So I'm loving it here. I'm with the good guys now.
You know, my answers are always non-relevant because I've only been with my husband.
And he's good.
However, I will say this.
Wait, but was he a bad boy
He
when
was.
you got with him?
See, I think that's how mine started the same
Yeah,
way. He
so
was
when
a
I
bad
met
boy.
my husband, there was a big rivalry between Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, and he was like the head of the Dominican side.
Wait, was he in a gang?
It wasn't a gang. It's just that where we lived, a lot of Dominicans started moving there at the same time, and Puerto Ricans kind of had the game, down.
lot.
And they didn't like the fact that there was a lot of Dominicans moving into that neighborhood, and there's only one high school, and we got that swag, And Puerto Ricans, they weren't feeling it, and I was stuck in the middle because my best friend was Puerto Rican, and half of my family is Puerto Rican anyways, so I was always like in the middle. But I had
So
to
you're
pick,
kind of like the mud, like
I had to pick a side though. I did, and I chose my Dominican side. I got threatened by my Puerto Rican friends. My heart was broken. But anyways, yeah, I did like the fact that he was a bad boy. Yeah,
And then you turned him.
I nurtured him.
I was like, yeah, because my
I'm gonna
man was
get
a hood
off topic,
dude, but
though,
he's a
real
good
quick.
man now.
Yeah.
Like, he's settled.
What is it that draws you to the bad boys?
That I can be completely transparent and they know where I come from.
Yeah.
And I don't have to elaborate on stupid shit that I would know that's from the streets and they won't understand it. So that street mentality.
The street mentality that if, for instance, one of the incidents, there was a big school fight in the cafeteria, and he was on the floor getting jumped by 4 different guys, and they were like hitting him with chairs, and I jumped into the fight too.
See, that's me.
So
real quick.
like that, we had that in common. He knew that I had his back no matter what. Like,
But I feel like there's a certain age for bad guys and good
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
because
yeah.
most of all the bad guys at one point change their life regardless if they're blessed to and become that good guy. So you get the best of both worlds. So that's the trick.
Yes.
Find you somebody that used to be in the streets and now want to be contained at home.
Yes.
And see they ain't no street
somebody
life
that
no more.
maturing.
Yes.
Somebody that learned something.
It can speak to my soul.
Yes.
I need a soldier in here. Where they at? Where they at?
But you didn't answer though. Travis, wait. Why Travis?
Yeah.
Just because you're man
Yeah.
here don't
What,
mean
just
nothing.
because I had a
She's
couple
like,
of
I'm
sips
the-
of wine don't mean I'm drunk.
She
You
said,
will
I'm the one who made
answer.
everyone
it was
answer
your
it.
idea for us to answer.
I don't. It's a mix up. Like I like the bad boys because it's the adrenaline that comes with it. But then the good guys is just safer, in a sense. It's kind of like, I'll say this: bad boy in the bedroom, good boy out in public.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Could you date a man who's shorter than you? Why
No.
or why
No.
not?
No.
Okay, so this is my problem.
No. Real quick, no.
Where? Because we're short as shit.
No, I'm
no.
already 4'11". Like, I can't, I'm sorry, but in my mental, I didn't want midget kids. I know I'm small. I don't want it. And I sound so, like, two-faced with saying that, but I tried. I definitely really tried. I dated some guy, and he was, like, 5'2". Only thing I can picture is that if something pops off, he can't save me. That's all I picture. Like, I fight, but baby, if we both fighting at the same size, like, no. Now it makes it even worse that my son is from a 6'5" man, and my son's 5'5". Imagine me being with that 5'2" right now. My son's towering you at 10 years old. A man got to put down on my child at the same time, and I will allow my husband to do that.
I will say I do. I own it. I admit it. I have a Napoleon complex. I like everything big. I don't do anything small. No. From SUVs to house, man. And listen,
I want to be the only fun size. I want to be the
only fun size.
I want you to put me in your pocket. I don't want to put you in my pocket.
Yes, I need to be able to curl up and your whole body's over me.
But y'all lucky because everyone's taller, you know. I'm almost
no, but there's a certain extent to.
I'm almost 5'8", so you know.
But see, that's.
But no, I still prefer a tall man, and this is what my short spree.
You have to get like 6'1", 6'2".
The people that I date, 6'5", 6'8", 5'11".
And listen, my husband is not 6 feet tall. I think he's 5'9", maybe.
He seems so much taller.
He might be 5'10". But another thing for me is
he's broad.
The width. Like, I need.
Me too. I like dad bods. I'll be real with you. Yeah. You can't be too skinny because I'm thick. I don't want to crush you.
I don't think I want
and I don't. But I like I like my arm to only reach half of your stomach.
Exactly.
I can't.
I can't.
Being the big girl before, I needed someone smaller.
I hear that though.
We can't be two big people together.
Marissa told me that. My best
friend.
Let me tell you something. She said, "Girl, I can't have two big people rubbing together."
Listen, let me tell you something. Nah.
It makes it hard to travel.
I was 265 pounds, and my husband was big too. And that was never.
He was throwing it back.
Y'all got big.
Yeah.
But period. That's what me and my man are. That's why I'm on a diet. I went to the gym tonight. We can't do this no more.
No,
We're rubbing stomachs at this point.
That's different,
but we still made it work. Like,
okay. It sucks for airline travel if you're both two big people also, you know?
Yeah, dude, because then we ain't got no elbow room. Oh, no.
Right. I don't like this one.
Get another.
Next part.
Ooh, okay.
Oh boy.
Who do you feel a man should put first? His mother or his girlfriend?
God. Can I answer this first?
Nah.
Can I answer this first? Please, very vocally. I believe in my household, the way I was taught in a Hispanic home, the husband is always first and the wife is always first because that is the initial household.
Yes.
Your mom, your dad, your brothers and sisters are from your other family. When you're creating a new family, this is your initial home. And the reason why I say wife comes first before mom or husband comes first before kids or anything, because we're living our life for each other. We are raising other people a long time.
This is my house.
When them kids leave, you're going to be a lonely ass person if you devoted your whole life to only kids. Because now those kids by 16 don't give two fucks about you. They want to be with their friends.
16? Wow.
I know, these kids ain't shit now. My son wouldn't even let me kiss him today in front of school all of a sudden. Let me take a picture. You're in fifth grade. And he wouldn't even do it. But same thing, I feel like a mom should come second before a wife. We are your initial wife now. We are your head of household. Your mom will come after the kids. It is what it is. That part.
Hey, but also, I need to answer this in one way because one of the consistent characteristics of the bad boys or like not great guys I've dated is they treat their moms poorly. So I want a man who treats his mother well. That part. It doesn't mean she comes first.
That's what I was just about to say.
Not that she comes first, but she better be a queen in your eyes. I just better be like, maybe she could be the princess.
Honestly, I learned that from my mom. They said you look at the son and how they treat their wife. Their mom is how they're going to treat their wife.
Yes.
Which is the reason why I fell so in love with my man, because his mom is his everything. He cooks, he cleans, she calls, he's there, no questions asked. She is that, but now when a wife comes, there's a different atmosphere for that.
Let me.
No, wait. First, answer the question.
Yeah, answer the question.
Why are
Baby
you
trying to get away from all the questions.
Away from the question.
What?
Because I had a good question about this.
Go ahead. Do the question then before you forget it.
So, if you're saying that you want a guy who treats his mom like a queen or a princess or whatever, what if you are now with a man who has no connection or relationship to his mom?
So you got to think about the mom.
Depends on the circumstances.
Not on his part, but the mother's part.
Well, that's different. If the mom was a piece of shit, abused the kid, or was on drugs or whatever,
or abandoned the kid,
or do anything like that, or mental, and the person had to get away from that side of the household just to develop themselves to be a better person. That's a whole nother situation.
That's situational.
But we're talking about like somebody that's actually involved.
Yes.
You want somebody to treat that. I bet you if that person had a good mom figure that was loving, caring. That's why my boyfriend's amazing. He respects women. He comes from an all-woman household. He's like the only boy from her side. That's a different demeanor, a different household he's coming from, mental space. But you can't reflect that on the next person either.
Yeah.
It definitely depends on the circumstances.
Yeah.
Answer the damn question.
Slick.
Slick Rick.
I mean, I kind of like how basically everyone said. I view it as long as you treat your mom, you had a good relationship with your mom or grandmother, a woman that's in your life, auntie, whoever that was there for you, then it shows your character.
Yes.
Now, should the wife go before the mom or the mom go before the wife?
It depends on the situation.
No.
In the Bible it says no. So when you get married, no.
But I
have a son. I have a son that's married.
Do we know that Bible is correct though?
I believe in the Bible. Yes, I do.
Because
I just believe that it should always be
I
like
believe
that.
in the Bible.
I believe in
I have a son. He is married.
certain ways.
I believe that his wife
it's situational.
His wife and his children should always come first.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what.
And let me tell you, it hurts my feelings.
First.
It hurts my feelings because at this moment, like, I want to spend time with my son. I text him like,
"Hey, life right now."
Exactly. And it hurts me, but I acknowledge the fact that
good for you.
He has to be a
and giving
husband
boundaries
and a father.
Yes,
and I respect that. Does it hurt me? Yeah, it
now
hurts me because the mother in me, like, remember, I was 15 when I
That's
had
what I was just about to say. But
we
is it
grew up
you
together.
now? Have you always thought that way, or did he have to set boundaries at one point?
No, I've always thought that way. I've always. So, this is why the Bible is so important for me. Your children are not yours.
Exactly. We're raising for other people.
God blessed me with children and and blessed me with the responsibility to raise these kids, but they're not mine.
Exactly.
They're God's. So how can I take possession of something that's not mine? Now, he chose a wife. My son chose his wife. Now, that's his partner. And personally, my daughter-in-law loves the shit out of my son. My son-in-law loves the shit out of my daughter. I couldn't ask for anything better. As a mother, all you want is for your children to be happy and be loved.
Yes.
Now, in my perfect world, as being selfish,
it's like I'll be with my son every day.
No. I will have my son one day a month. One day, I would love for my son to take one day a month and for us to just hang out.
I think that's reasonable, though.
Absolutely.
I think it's very important to still do that.
It's reasonable. But he's busy. He coaches his daughters, two of his daughters' softball teams, and he's creating his own league. So I get it, and he's the main provider for his family. I understand it.
That's the one thing I love about Derek is because every Sunday is family day, no matter what. That's when the mom is there for dinner, the grandparents, the kids. That's the time that we have one day out the week to really conversate with each other, get to see each other, spend that quality time.
That
but
would
then
be
the rest of the
amazing.
week is just so be it. And I think it's very important to do that. That's why when we get married, if we get married, he better put a fucking ring on this. I want to be able to be that person that have those Sunday dinners and bring the family together. From my Puerto Rican side to his crazy ass white side, we both crazy together, and we have that family bonding time. And if it's not every weekend, at least 2 times out the month, I think it's the most healthiest.
Even if it's just once a month, it's healthy, because I miss my son. Like I miss, and I just celebrate. It's my birthday month.
Yeah.
I celebrate all month. So last Friday I had a birthday dinner because my birthday fell on a Tuesday and everybody works. Everybody's super busy. So I did Friday night. I went to a restaurant that I love, and I had my kids, my grandkids, and I had a blast. Like my granddaughters, I can't even explain. A grandchild is different. So your children, you love them, but then when you have a grandchild, it's like it's double the love.
My mom says that.
It's an extension
of what you made,
of what you created. It's like I can't even explain it. So having my granddaughters there, and the fact that they're all girls, he has 4 girls. It's just like, I know.
God made sure.
They all have my hair. They all looked fabulous. Like, and just to know that he has somebody that makes him happy, that's enough for me. So the days that I do feel selfish, because we're human, right? Mm-hmm. We're selfish because I want my son to myself, but he's not mine. He belongs to his wife and he belongs to his kids.
But also like the including the mother in the entire like dynamic. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you one thing. If I'm mad at my man and I'm trying to understand something, I'm call his mama. Mm-hmm. You know why? I'm not telling my friends. I'm not calling my mama because I don't want them to not like my man. Yeah. But she knows. She knows.
I wish I can do that. I don't want anybody in my business if something goes wrong. And it's really lonely sometimes.
It is. Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like even if you went to the mom or you went to your mom or to your siblings, everybody at one point, she gonna take his side. Mm-hmm. Of course. My mom gonna take my side, right or wrong. So regardless, tomorrow we gonna wake up and love each other again. So I'm just not gonna tell nobody.
I just want to understand the situation better, and I think no one understands the son better than the mother. Mm-hmm. And so it's not necessarily like talking trash because they're gonna take his side, obviously.
I don't know.
Oh, of course, and as they should.
Nope.
See, my mom's that way. If my brother's wrong, he's wrong, and I would be like that as a mom.
When right
is right,
if
wrong
my
is
son
wrong.
my son has. The reason why I can say that my daughter-in-law loves my son is because I know my son has not been the easiest husband.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not gonna cover the son with a finger, like, and it sounds better in Spanish, but tapar el sol con un dedo. I know what my son brings to the table.
There you go.
And the fact that she still loves him. Mm-hmm. I have respect for her.
That's why I'd be calling you. That's why I'd be calling you. Mm-hmm. That's why I'd be calling you right there. Because you know him and you love him and you're not going to stop loving him because he had a bad day.
No.
I call my mama, she'll be like, forget that guy. You know, so it's like, I know there's unconditional love there. Mm-hmm. There's also an understanding, right?
Yes.
She raised him. She went through the hell years. Mm-hmm. She also saw him pop off. So she understands, and maybe, and again, back to like how they treat their mother, she's going to understand that behavior because she experienced it first. She was the first woman he loved.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree.
So moms are very important, just as
Absolutely.
the wives.
Women overall are very important, but we also need our man.
Yes,
We're the neck.
We're the neck. And you can't move the head without the neck.
You cannot.
Period.
On that note, we are going to end this episode. Thank you so much, Lee, for coming. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Please look into your camera and let everybody know your social media handles, where they can follow you, how they can find you.
I mean, not to be like, you can Google Lee M. Clark. It's Leigh M. Clark. Clark. No E, period. No, but mostly it's Lee M. Clark all over the place. Check me out on TikTok. I'm newer there, but I'm Ross there. Definitely on Instagram, flex over there a little bit, and on Facebook. You can also follow kindly. I'm drinking water, by the way, which is KINDLEIGH. Again, I'm an adverb. It's very cute. And yeah, I hope you guys.
Your books are available on Amazon.
My books are available on. You're such. You want to be my PR?
Girl,
no, you got other shit to do. You're going to ride an elephant in Africa.
And stay tuned for the new book that's coming
Yes.
out. Slay.
Yes.
Slaying
Slaying
in
Southwest
Southwest Florida.
Florida.
In Southwest
When is
Florida.
the book supposed to be coming out?
So yeah, the book launches somewhere in October. We're probably mid-October. Slaying Tampa is 2 weeks later,
Nice.
at the end of October. So yeah, and then after that, Slaying Atlanta will be a few weeks after that, and we're going city to city because there's so many wonderful stories that are, this is the thing. We all show up really pretty online, but what I want to do is rip that off and say, this is how I became this. This is how I built. Because it's great to show up and say, hey, look at me now. But what did you experience that made you that person? So there's no shortage of women with stories. Right now we have the Slaying series, but we're also opening like a poetry line. We have another thing called Swag Boss, which is a hat I'm wearing. So there's a lot of the things going on. I actually launched a company called Connected Collectives. It's very new. But with that, we will probably wrap because
That's what I'm talking about, boss ass women.
yes, bossing it up.
Well, guys, please, like I always tell you guys, the only way that you can support us is by following, liking, and subscribing, sharing. It is absolutely free, and you can help us grow.
Yes.
We're always looking for sponsors. I threw you off. Girl, you always ready.
Look,
About,
it's a Monday.
about sponsors.
For sponsors, John Michaels Diamonds and Jewelry is giving you a $100 gift certificate if you sponsor Parlor Talk, as well as Bound by Beauty will be giving you a $50 gift certificate if you sponsor Parlor Talk, as well as Underground Odyssey, the up-and-coming hottest screen printing company that's going to be coming out.
yes. And
We'll also be giving you discounts on your merchandising for your company. Catch me at Enya Phoenix on all social media platforms. I've been trying to be on more. It's kind of a little difficult with everything
got all
that I'm
this stuff going
juggling.
on.
Yes.
But
We're making it happen.
is.
We're making it
Making it.
happen. Yes. My name is Dee Dominguez. Thank you guys so much. Tune in. Like I said, this is Parlor Talk, the conversation behind the hair.
Period.
period.
what's your social media handles?
Oh, I'm Shhmoney. You already know what it is. When you hang out with Shhmoney, you make money. Follow me on all social sites. It is SHH Money Curl. I am everywhere right now. I'm getting ready for one of the biggest hair shows in Southwest Florida, October 15th. So stay tuned. Follow through because the stuff that I'm about to bring to the table is stuff you've never seen in the game. Period.
All right. See you guys next week.